Hello everyone and welcome to Romeo the Man. And sorry that it took a little bit. Hello everyone and oh my god, who unmuted Twitch? Twitch, why have you done that? I had to hear myself. What? I hate this. Just so you know, I have basically a kind of a stream running always, so I can check if it's working. But Twitch decided to not mute it like it always does. Why? That worked perfectly for years now, Twitch. Why is it unmuted? Are your vibes coded now or what? Are you also doing this bullshit like everyone else? Because I like my vibes uncoded. Just saying. Or, you know, in general, I do not like code with vibes. I like code that functions. Not hard, actually. It's called programming. Even I can do it a little bit. And it works. Mostly. Oh well. We're back with Romeo the Dead Man, and we're finishing this day. I do not know how long. I do not really care that much. So, I might just save this one on 2 slots. Because 2 things. First, we're in front of the final boss, and I might... So we have everything full here. We only need to get the break ability up. Not a problem. Shotgun, we need you up. Obviously. Even if I do something wrong here, because it feels like you should be able to just have more space debris for Red Centauri, but nope. Oh yeah, right.
Registered.
Let's just quickly run through one of them. Because I need the green one anyway, then we can go to the higher ones. But yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, I was definitely tired out on this game after the final of the last stream. Because the last section is not good, to say the least. And I will upgrade weapons fully. That is the plan. So that will be a bit of grinding, and then we'll try the final boss again. And if that... And if that gets too annoying, we just lower the difficulty and end this, because, as said, I'm not really interested anymore in just actually beating it after that part. And like you saw me, I do play some games on this channel that take a little bit more skill. Like, I've died, I think, 4 or 5 times at the third boss in Pragmata Lunatic. The thing is just, and I feel that is actually kind of important, when comparing Pragmata to Romeo's Dead Man. You know, usually the hallmark is of good boss design. You don't die instantly. Now that is by far not the only metric, because I will know Agonia would rip me a new one if I said this was the only metric. The thing is just, if you actually go and have a boss, like for example, the Scorpion, the Gardener in Pragmata, where I die a lot of times halfway, or, you know, in the lower half of the boss, then I know I can actually beat the boss. When you have a boss like, I don't know what the fuck it was called again here, where I keep dying at the very beginning, and that's not fun, right? Especially since, you know, the grinding is pretty boring, takes a lot of time, and yeah, listen, it is the case. It's a case of a game, you know, you enjoy up until you don't, and I don't know if that is worse than a game that you just kind of disliked from the start. I hate the birds. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of enemies in this game are just not that fun designed around the melee system. And this final search just like really highlights it. funny. People say, I looked online, people say the rocket launcher is a bad idea, but like for the normal dungeons, no. Nothing hits more consistently. Genuinely, it is kind of ironic how good / consistent the rocket launcher is compared to everything else in this game. Also, like, what is this balancing? You just get a pitiful amount of red sanitary at the end of very hard dungeons, and then you just get one more level of dungeon. The hard dungeon, like, then you get very hard. It's like, what? There is just so much of this about this game where I feel like they would just need to sit down and genuinely just rebalance stuff. Just to a degree, they need to do that. But okay, 4 more red sanitary. Yeah, now I have to grind a very hard dungeon, but at the very least, that's that.
Shutting down.
I should definitely get a few of that. Wait a second.
You. I see.
Well, few things to grind, I guess.
That'll do.
Second.
You mind? And justice. Great.
Well, that's one thing, but also, why is it constantly that? Oh, now it works again. Fantastic. First of all, ooh, okay. So apparently, okay, so Malignant Dawn, Calamity Star, and Angel's Face. I guess that's what we're aiming for.
Registered.
The whole, the bat we have right now is already useful, I guess. Let's... there we go. Because also I do want to get back to Pikmin 2 next week, because that is actually very fun.
Registered.
Even if deadly. Wait, it wasn't it's a shopping mall.
Registered. 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 Registered.
Shutting down.
Okay, so how do I get up there? Ah, here. I mean, this badge had to be in a section that just was annoying to travel through, but, well.
Shutting down.
Well, that is badge 1. Save then, and I think the next one is actually in the cult section. And then we only need to fucking grind.
Shutting down.
Registered.
And then, yeah, 100,000. Going to be fun.
Registered.
Okay, so actually, I'm just looking at. So basically correct. And there we go. Increases normal ranged attack power by 20%. Increases damage taken by 30. Well,
Welcome. Shutting down.
Okay, so, and the last one is... Dawn. Well, now I just need to check what could be the best way to get actually enough Emerald Flosion. And then... Well, this is going to be fun. Okay. Because turns out, apparently the best way to get money is that you use fucking Steel Job to farm seeds to sell them. I genuinely wonder what the fuck. I just... I have an idea at least. I'm at that point. If I have to wait until I can at least do an achievement, I guess. Because you're probably wondering, okay, Nia, what are you doing here, right? That sounds a bit weird in what you're doing. Here's the thing. Turns out there is a badge combo in this game that is apparently just broken. Quite literally.
Register. Register.
And I guess I will get that badge group because I cannot be asked with the fucking boss.
Register.
By the way, it's kind of a thing when someone says, when I read, oh yeah, the game is not hard, you know, if you have this and this oh yeah, of things that you just easily miss. Right, exactly. Because basically, if you have a certain badge combo, and I'm surprised there are not more of them, because that feels like a logical thing for this game. If you have a certain badge combo, you will get, you know, you should have, technically, from the badges, a 100% damage increase. But as said, when you have all the 3 badges, the 100% damage increase turns into a 40% damage reduction. And you still do 100% damage. Like 100% more damage. Again, when I have everything upgraded, probably going to be not a problem. But I do need to ask the question. What? Yeah. This does trivialize everything a little bit. But also what? Like what are we doing here? What? You know? The genuine yes, a broken combo is fun, but I don't know what to tell you otherwise than it should not, maybe not be like the requirement to finishing your game. Like, if I knew about that beforehand, I would have actually farmed for it earlier. Okay, maybe I need to go into a normal one, but oh well.
Register.
Okay, let me just...
Well, Romeo. Yeah. Okay, fine.
I guess that is something I can still do.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah. Alright.
Okay, so I have upgraded Frostbolt, and I think I can actually equip 2 Frostbolts. That's weird. I thought it should be. Oh well. I guess I take 2 then.
Romeo.
Well, then I guess we can start doing the farming. And then hopefully, this is going to end soon because, if you're wondering, yeah, why did you also do Frostbolt? Because then I can just freeze the fucking final boss and attack him. And as long as I do dual damage, I don't care.
That's right. Agent Romeo.
Oh, how has everyone's day been? I've been a bit exhausted, not a lot, and now it's mostly a case of... Let's see, is that the right one? Yeah, it was the right one. So, genuinely, chat, if you're there, I can use some talking now. Agonia, can you help me? This is going to be very boring here.
Okay.
So, basically, the best way to grind is going here, because they place some high-level enemies here. I can point 2 bastards down, then do this.
I guess resetting.
Yes, because everything is a bonfire now, but no one understands how to do them well, except, you know, fucking Pragmata.
So your plan is to go there, put them down so that they get combat experience, quote unquote, and reset.
No, those two bastards legitimately just steal zombie seeds that I can then sell.
For the resource you need.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, the money for the money that I need, because I need like 100,000 of it. Because turns out there is a batch combo in the game. Again, all three are completely random, not in places that have any way or shape that you could even consider. Oh, I'm going to be honest with you. Modern game designers. I mean, even old game designers, but they are.
How about finish the first sentence before I ever let you go in the second?
They can be very lucky over the fact that there are people online that will dissect a game completely, even if it's even if it has like obvious problems.
Well,
Because
yes. On the other hand, you know how it could also be complicated? It rewards exploration.
you could see it like that. On the other hand, again, if you okay, if you look at the idea of there are 3 badges in the game. Okay, one is quite literally behind a 100,000 emerald flosion just buy gate, a thing that you have to grind for if you want to have it. And they don't have, not even in the name, they just don't have any real connection to each other. But if you equip all 3, because they all are basically, you get the damage increase, but the damage against you is increased. And I think it would be increased by like 90%, which, is a lot. Until you realize, if you equip all 3, that 90% increase is turned into a 40% decrease.
So it's bad until you have enough of it.
Yeah. And then you keep your 100% damage increase, meaning, oh wait, 100% damage increase, you mean double damage while having a reduction. And the other bonuses to like, oh hey, your Bloody Summer also does 20% more damage and stuff. And it's like, oh. So yeah, I grind that now, then I equip them, then I will get the Emerald Flosion for the shotgun and stuff. But at some point I just sit here being like,
How long is this going to take approximately?
I have no idea. I'm currently farming the first batch of seeds.
The first batch.
Actually, I'm just going back to the ship and look how much I have, because you can't really look at it well. But yeah, it's just one of those, oh my god, if someone tells me there is this combination in the game, which basically just flips the balancing on top, on its head, and yeah, then you can finish it without problem. But I need to ask the question, should that really be the case? So, 10,000. Okay. That
You need 100,000, right?
right.
And currently you can just press negative and then you
Agent Romeo.
Yeah. So just basically, it doesn't take that long, but it will still take a bit.
not as involved as Ragnarok.
Okay, you know what I hate about this comparison? Ragnarok is fun.
That's the point.
Yeah.
Not as involved.
Yeah. You know what? This is something I will always say. Especially being someone who was introduced to Ragnarok online by Agonia. It's one of those... It's probably the best example for... No, grinding is fun in games.
And you, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just always they always have a problem with grinding, quote unquote, because a grind can be very easily annoying. That's just a thing. Like, for example, this right here is grinding in a game where you do not think you should be grinding that much, actually. You know? Because it's also not like really made for that, and it just has grind elements. Meanwhile, Ragnarok Online is basically a prime example of you just click on something, you wait, and you grind. Yeah. Diablo also does that. Like, Diablo is a game but that kind of wants you to, you know, to keep replaying it, to keep having fun. But, yeah. I think this, what is your game build around is a lot of times just missed. And that's not good. Because, like, there are so many games that give grinding a bad name. And I hate that, because I think grinding should have a good name. Grinding is fun. It can be fun. Like, for example, the whole appeal of old MMOs, like even those with quests like World of Warcraft, was to a big degree the whole, you had a very slow climb to the top. You had, you know, your levels, you were like, oh, I have a new skill, and you felt more powerful. And that was cool, because it was generally one of those, because that's the thing, a grind feels great the moment it actually has the whole, oh, you get meaningful progression on like a relatively at least you can see that you make progress, and you know when you hit the progress bar, you have actually made progress. Like, this can come in like a lot of forms. Like, for example, the whole oh, we have randomized weapon drops, etc. It's like, for example, also just one of those things that is usually layered on top of, oh yeah, you can basically keep getting stuff in the game. I mean, I get why you have a problem with that.
I find them too many and not very. Because
relevant?
Yep. I find them unclear oftentimes in the sense of what should I go for, and together with that, what is even possible.
Yeah. I mean, I do wish a lot of those games would have some form of actual build mechanic. In the sense that look. Basically, the idea is that you have certain slots with certain stats on randomly generated weapons. That is kind of their big thing, kind of. And I would say it would at least be an interesting thing if you could sit down and, be like, oh, I, basically destroy weapons, but you can actually give one weapon the abilities of another weapon, or increase those abilities. Like the idea that it's not just a random drop, it's also becoming a resource. That would be cool.
Dead there.
And like, I mean, I will say, for example, this is also why I would say all those games with grinding for like some form of randomized loot are usually the best ones that also have like a pretty solid RPG system stacked on top. Because like, I think that is always what a lot of games miss. The whole, you can maybe roll something that is just really fucking good. That is like the cherry on top. That should not be the thing of the game. This is, for example, why I do like in at Dark Tide, I would say the whole, oh yeah, you basically have to base that spread on what you can have as a minimum and as a maximum on each stat. But it is still the more you use the weapon, the more you can actually build together your perfect weapon. And I think something like that is actually a good approach. Especially since that would allow for a lot more modular systems. Like, there's this thing, I don't know if we will get to that, maybe at some point in the future if they keep patching it and if Agonia actually gets a better GPU and /CPU. I do want to play Borderlands 4 with you. And there they have the interesting thing that they said every gun now has different parts from different manufacturers, which, also influence what kind of, what kind of different abilities the gun can have, which is actually kind of interesting and a cool idea. But again, why can't you also just dismantle a gun for the parts?
Because that would be less tiny.
I know.
It doesn't make much sense with weapons, because weapons you can generally disassemble.
Yeah, I know. I just mean, like, there is a game out there, I would say, that has the whole random drop system in a good way. Okay, you know what? Yes, but I would say Ragnarok Online still needs, I don't know. What?
It still needs what?
Let me put it like this. The problem with Ragnarok Online is that it basically has two systems that exist side by side. So,
yes.
The main problem they have is basically you have player crafted weapons and you have enemy dropped weapons.
Yeah.
Now the big problem Ragnarok Online has is that to a certain degree player-crafted weapons are just irrelevant at some point.
Most.
In the beginning, sure, getting like a fire dagger from the market that someone made, very useful. Absolutely.
Or just ignored completely as soon as Einweg is in the game.
Yeah, you see my problem, right?
I would agree that the player-crafted weapons were left behind very much with the development of the game.
Like, at some point, I'm just wondering, couldn't we have had a system where, I don't know, players could actually craft on the existing weapons?
Like what?
Like, for example, that crafting would basically mean you could not only increase the the +1, +2, +3 thing that you can do now anyway.
Not anyway. Always a bit weird.
Yeah. That you could like add extra stats that you could and not just up or like different abilities or switch them around. That you can
talking about learn talking.
That you can basically create your own equipment from existing equipment.
Still very late. Very good.
Okay, so for example, let's just for example, Ice Pick is just a broken weapon as it is in the game.
It's not broken.
It's just really fucking strong. That's just
depends on your opponent.
Okay, but there are a lot of opponents where Ice Pick is really strong because it ignores armor.
Basically, yes.
Yes. Which is just a strong effect.
It's not completely correct in what it does, but yes.
My point is more like, it would be more interesting if the dagger itself would be kind of weak. But you could basically use it as a crafting material to build weapons that ignore armor.
I'm not sure you want that.
No, it's just a general idea. It would definitely make it more often. Oh, you have both systems more interconnected.
Assuming we're going with classical roll stats as soon as you make a guitar. Ouch.
I know. You could have also made it a simpler thing.
Also, we were talking about the crafting system. You don't need to start with the high-end shit, right?
Yeah.
Just as an overview, what players generally can do is upgrade weapons to up to +10.
Yeah.
They can add enhancement based on the weapons for an NPC, and they can add the slot for an NPC. So that's for everyone. Then there's specific NPC weapons the smith can do. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then the whitesmith has higher chances for standard weapon upgrade than anybody else. That's also.
You know what? I cannot.
This is it. Player crafted weapons. Well, we both said it. Fall behind pretty quickly, especially with new content, and nobody really did something to change that.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem.
So,
Oh well. Hey Sophie, Romeo is already dead. He's half dead. But that doesn't sound that cool. This is why it's called Dead Man.
I think he's half alive.
Half alive?
Half-life.
Half dead, half alive.
Half-life man.
He's but yeah, we're basically farming for a patch combo that is really fucking strong if we have it when we have it. So basically, I'm just talking here because I need to. There's a very mindless grind going on, and you know, I wish I was playing Payday 2 right now. Even Even doing Ratatat holdouts is more fun than this. Genuinely.
And I was pulled in here to ease your boredom.
Yes, I genuinely needed someone to talk. So it's great that you're here, Sophie. Wake up, Romeo. Wake up and smell the ashes. I mean, at least we don't have the uncle on the back anymore. So
Where is he now?
he died.
Huh.
Good. I don't know. I'm very ambivalent to this character as... Oh, the anime AI works again.
So what do you think? How much money do you have now?
I don't know. Probably more than I had before, but like I'm always at the halfway point.
You have like 30k? You need 100, right?
No, I had 44k. I had 44k. I need 100k. Let's just go back to the shift.
Shift.
Oh, not that the performance just breaks down. Great.
So they have a memory leak as well.
Yeah.
That's right.
The early sections actually run pretty well, and then it just shits the bed.
Oh, you know you can go negative, right?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, definitely more than last time.
Yep. 71,000. Almost there. Almost, I say.
Dead man.
But yeah. The thing is, I know Suda 51 games, and they usually are not that bad. This one is just, as I said before, it just falls apart in the later part. It just literally is a case of you farm shit. You farm shit for basically one badge combo. You have one control zombie combo in your box, in your toolbox, and that's how probably winning against the final boss will happen. Which is, let me just put it like this: Suda made better games. Like, Romeo is fun and fine until basically the final part, where it's just like, it definitely feels like they just forgot how games are designed. Like, it's the whole, it's basically the same thing as with, people are like, oh, Bethesda games are jank. Yeah, Bethesda games usually have a certain amount of jank because basically they're just... They usually tried a lot of stuff and they have a lot of good things, but, that never excused Starfield. Happens to the best of us. I guess I kind of hate it because, again, the beginning of the game is fine. It legitimately is a completely fine game until this fucking level. And genuinely, when I read online, oh yeah, it's totally easy. You have this badge combo. 2 badges that are, like, I can't think, one you can get easily. If it's really one of those I just genuinely didn't pay attention. The other one is hidden at the end of a hidden passage. And the third one just costs 100,000 Emerald Flosion. What? Not to mention the money I grind. I would actually have, because money is also the thing you need to use to get your actual level ups, which is just. So the game basically keeps you poor, but if you're on a high difficulty, then the enemy, the bosses become like damage sponges.
Technically speaking.
What?
Technically speaking, the game just tells you, you better watch and learn how the whole game system you have access to works. But it's still not very well designed.
Yeah, like you can always spin that, but I think in the end
It's not
like
really spinning. It's literally what you're doing. You're doing something which you would have known you should do if you actually had taken your time with the best system.
I guess, but like
So in
again,
that sense, it's technically correct, but I still would agree that the game is not well designed.
I think that is probably the, that's the thing I would keep always saying about video games. Ironically, most of the time I put it out in how's it called? Battlefield, because I like the pew pew game. I like class systems. I like generally designing around, let's just put it like this, human mentality. Multiplayer games are just fascinating. Co-op games are fascinating. The thing is, that's also, kind of why I play stuff like TTRPGs. The thing is, and this is always a very, very crucial thing in design, and I would say, by the way, some of the best games fail at that. You need to actually guide and incentivize what your players are supposed to do. I said it before. A good class system, for example, in Battlefield, is like a Dutch road, because the thing why Dutch roads function, like every road functions, German roads function, American roads function. But we can agree that a German road or an American road functions less good than a Dutch road.
For what you want to do.
For what you want to achieve, because like in Dutch, in the Netherlands, it's like you actually because there's an actual incentivization to, well, get people to drive slowly. They design the roads in a way and the streets in a way that people drive slowly, and then also just have that highways and such designed in ways that it is better for cars and such to that no one actually just goes completely bonkers, even though probably people still do in the end, but way less. Meanwhile, you look at an American road and it still does, or just a general American road, and it does the general function of roads need to feed a speed limit. Exactly. American road or road even does their function, but the thing is, most of them are wide and straight, with the idea of, that would make it safer for cars when, no, obviously not. That's the paradox.
So roads need to be clear.
What? Roads absolutely need to be clear. The Netherlands actually understood that really well. This is why they keep having speed bumps, etc.
Clear and bumpy.
Clear and bumpy. Great, well, it is literally the problem. Straight roads are a problem. And I cannot even begin. I need to actually stress this. This is when I for example bring people up that a class system needs to be more rigidly designed, or that games also need to have a bit more of a rigid design, they're like, I like my freedom. You are quite literally the shitheads that do not want speed bumps because we drive, well, responsibly. But also, it is a mental paradox because people genuinely they feel that a wide straight road is safer to drive on because in the moment when you are behind the car, especially when you're like in a country with, let's just be clear here, very shitty driving education like the USA, you do think, oh well, I can make less problems here. Again, and statistically, you look back and you're like, oh god, I drove the death corridor. And yeah, you drove the death corridor. The class system needs to be more rigidly designed. Nearest right-wing crypto. Video game class system for multiplayer games.
Well, since we already talked about things not being straight, bumpy, and rigid, I'm thinking of other things, but okay.
What? What are you thinking about now? What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? Just tell me.
Isn't that a good twist?
What? I don't get you.
That's fine.
But anyway, the thing is, people do think, oh, you know, if you take away complete freedom in, you know, class systems, etc., that would be worse because, you know, they cannot imagine the otherwise, even though, you know, making everything more clearly defined is just statistically better. Period. It's just the same fucking paradox of people do not understand it. And that's also a big thing where I would say why, for example, Pragmata is really good, where Romeo is a dead man and Dark Souls are not good at it. They do not teach you actually the systems. And I will say, by the way,
Some systems.
to a degree,
Some systems.
some systems...
Stop screaming.
I'm not screaming.
Yes, you are. You're very loud. See?
That wasn't loud.
I declared it as loud. So it is.
Also, I just realized, since you're chatting here, I think I should put you up.
Yeah, you dragged me in here.
Yes, I did. I didn't want to be alone with this.
It's not even Pikmin 2.
You know what? But we're doing this so I can go back to playing Pikmin 2. You know that, right?
I know.
But yeah, the thing is that, yeah, Dark Souls does teach just a few systems, really, okay? And that's, to a degree, I will say, fine, because it is, and I will need to stress that, kind of the point. Dark Souls as a game, similar to Demon's Souls, is not interested in teaching you anything. It basically is like, here's stuff, find shit out. And that is fine. Here's a problem though. Dark Souls has a lot of mechanics, a lot of build variety, a lot of just a lot of depth, really. And the problem is, the only thing it really teaches people is you can block, you can maybe you can maybe parry, oh yeah, you basically can get with that the boss down, even if they become just sponges. And the reality is, that's bad.
Well, you kind of more than likely run into the slit.
What?
You more than likely run into the slit. The scaling system isn't that well displayed.
I mean,
but it is there and you know it.
Yeah.
And the rest you can extrapolate with math if you want.
I'd almost say the scaling system is like, you could argue, just a level of obfuscation that the game might not have needed.
True. They could have just put numbers down.
Not to mention that, ironically, without breaking the game, if they would just actually make the each letter that they assigned to scaling like a flat scale for every weapon, they would instantly make.
You mean one number?
One number,
They
like
would assign one number to one letter of the
yeah.
scaling
So like
system.
A scaling and B scaling would be the same for every weapon. If they did that, instantly a lot more weapons in the game would be viable.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah, because like, okay, for everyone who
Depends on which number you actually start.
okay, basically for everyone who doesn't know, the scaling system, or well, the scaling information that you get in Dark Souls is, I don't know how to put it in the best way, but very basic and kind of does the job, but also not really much more. Because the thing is, like, the idea is that if you have like EDC, B, A, and I think S,
Yeah, I think it was S.
the point is, oh hey, it's ascending from it scales badly to it scales really well. Okay, fair. You can, that's a thing you can grasp very easily. However, then you get to the bullshit, because then it turns out
That's right.
those are ranges, and low A can be worse than high B.
No, I don't think so.
But I know it can. It's still a bit stupid in Dark Souls.
Would be news to me.
But like, it does not tell you that, you know? Almost there.
Me
Almost. Yeah.
Agent Romeo.
But also, Sophie, when you're like, when we talk about class systems that need to be rigidly designed, you're like, oh, really? Well, humans have lived in rigid class systems for nearly all their time. And what would you say? Was feudalism really that much worse than capitalism? Yes, this is not a right-wing grifter arc. This is a monarchism return to feudalism grifter arc.
Oh, no.
All hail the emperor of the Holy Roman Empire.
So we need the Pope again.
We have one.
God.
What?
I don't want to need a Pope.
I mean,
I don't like the Popes.
the current one is okay.
He's okay.
At least under feudalism, you had John's victory.
That's true.
That is not wrong. And then the Black Death came, and it became very. And that statement became very.
That's the Italians' fault. Let's be honest. They're trade addicted.
That's the Italians' fault that they were trade addicted.
They should have just stayed on their island and looked at the sea.
The
Not-
Italians didn't live on islands.
Italy is basically an island. It's just connected to the main. Same thing.
Peninsula. The word you're looking for is peninsula.
If you say peninsula one more time, I will bring up the tiger again.
Oh my god, I need to. You know what? I should have put that onto your orthopedics account at some point.
Calm down. Don't die.
food. Going first.
The people in Italy also lived on islands.
Some, yes.
I'm just saying you should have stayed there. Yeah, and not building big boats. And then the Black Death wouldn't have happened like it did.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Americans could have built big boats then.
Wait a second.
Yes. You get your hiccup under control.
Shutting down. Shutting down. Welcome. Shutting down.
Yep, it's better. All better. Also, I just want to point out the ongoing saga of the Pope versus America just continues to be hilarious. If you didn't heard about it, Sophie, a while ago, I mean, they just released a study that basically openly says conversion therapy is bad and we shouldn't do it should not be done or promoted in any shape or form in Catholicism. And you can imagine who's very, very pissed about that. But also the story that, you know, when he became Pope, he actually called his bank because, yeah, it was like, hey, I actually have a new, how's it called, postal number where I'm living. And they were like, that's the Vatican, you're definitely a scammer. And he's like, maybe it helps to tell you that I'm the Pope. And the person in customer support just hung up on the fucking Pope.
It happens to everyone.
It happens to the best, yes. It's just inherently funny that he was not lying. And the woman on the other end was just like, I'm not getting paid enough for this potion. Oh god, no.
I think you're dying.
You know what? I'm not... I would also probably, but it is still very funny that it happened. That someone was just like, nah.
Depends. Like, if you're customer support, you might be replaced with AI. Might as well give the Pope money. Or the scammer.
You know what? Considering the Pope also released an anti-AI statement, it wouldn't even surprise me if he had actually, if he was someone who called like the customer service news A that was all Gen AI now. There's a Gen AI chat, but he was just like, no, this is heresy.
Shutting down.
Oh well.
Welcome. Shutting down.
But yeah, that is kind of the ongoing situation there. It is just, frankly, very funny. Was it 140k? You know what? It is not wrong considering that. I mean, I'm going to point it out, but the official Vatican stance on how's it called? Peter Thiel is burn at the stake, and Gen AI is something that should be, at the very best, heavily regulated. So, no, we definitely. And by the way, as pointed out, what Peter Thiel should specifically burn at the stake or heresy. So, no, we're actually talking tech heresy here. Just like legitimate tech heresy. Well,
And that's supposed to be the combo?
that's supposed to be the combo.
I just need to level your shotgun, I guess.
Yeah, like I've basically amazing. It is amazing. I need more red 70 for Arcadia, but also, yeah, as you said, Diaspora. Well, I guess I do a very hard run. It's just so funny because, like, listen, a lot of people, and this is kind of an important thing I feel that needs to be pointed out. Yes,
Registered.
the Vatican is still conservative, like no questions asked. Okay, like we're talking about the Roman Catholic Church, and yes, to a very obvious degree, they've just have been you know, been overtaken to the right by like everyone. Everyone just moved further right than the Roman Catholic Church. Like, I don't think it would be a stretch to say that even if like Benedict XVI, like the conservative German Pope, would be in power, that he would probably still have problems with Trump and co. Just like baseline, you know? However, and this is the big thing I will point out, it's not like the Catholic Church, again, stops moving in a progressive direction. Like, the whole, talking about actually... Yeah, it is a dire thought, I know, but like, again, I think the irony is that, Yeah, that is a lot more damage.
You know what I just thought? If we ever could get like an MMO bag for like lesser amount of people than like Big Saga, I would like the original Secret World.
Oh yeah. The new one, nah. Too much changes. But yeah, I will
Take
what?
free to play crafts.
Yeah. But yeah, I will say that the Catholic Church is at least still moving in a, you know, more progressive direction, which I will say is at least... It's a positive thing to keep in mind, you know? It's not like, you know, everyone has lost their minds. You know what, I will just say it doesn't help that the landscape is painted in this red. But yeah, you see the thing around my head? That indicates the buff.
Okay. So, you're a gas giant?
I guess.
Your rings around yourself? You're just...
I think it's a reference to another character in from Grasshopper, but I don't remember which one it was.
And I have forgotten how to speak.
Yes. But yeah. You know what, let's talk about more positive things.
Blood?
Blood.
It's positive. Okay, unless it's negative. Oxygen for you. Let's up your wounds when you hurt. Tastes nice.
Well, that is more you thing.
Fair. Then again, I do not know how many blood enjoyers there are in my community, so... Honestly, with you constantly shilling blood, I think there should be at least some. Possibly. It's not really advertised much in this time.
That is true. It just dropped. And the people that know. That is more kind of how it goes here. But yeah,
It's interesting because like the red blood is like good for lots of oxygen, right? And the blue blood it was that most ocean creatures have.
yeah.
I don't know if most, but lots of them, is good for pressure. Because normally in the pressure you can hold less oxygen when there's something.
Yes, there was something like that, because copper is, I think...
Is it then blue? Shouldn't it be green?
Oh no, copper is genuinely makes blue blood.
I never tried blue blood.
Do you want to try blue blood is the question.
Generally, yes. I'm curious.
So you want to suck aristocrats?
I'm more like octopus, I guess.
This was a joke.
I don't think aristocrats are octopus. They don't live under pressure.
I mean, they should live under pressure, first and foremost. Second of all, it would be interesting if they were octopuses, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But I'm told I'm acting like an aristocrat. I don't want to live under pressure.
No, my blood was lower by ear. Right?
You're holding back.
Yeah, I'm holding back.
Furiously.
I'm.
Oh. I'm mobbing.
Yeah. I also want to get the achievement for killing 4 enemies with one bastard, so, you know, waiting until the suicide bomber is back. I've also just gotten to like a normal or easy dungeon, but might as well do it here. But yeah, no, if you didn't know, certain animals like octopuses and such generally have copper instead of iron in their blood, and copper is again much better at delivering oxygen, which is really good for them. But like, I think it clots worse, which, you know.
Yeah.
It kind of, clotting is like a very important thing to have, especially when you live on land. So, just to be clear here, there's a reason why humans have iron in their blood. Well, that didn't work out.
Yes, it's not like water equals blue blood. It's, I think, a certain depth.
Yeah, in certain depths.
That's why fishes at lakes have red blood.
Exactly.
I've checked.
You're a little blood enthusiast. By the way,
I've went fishing in my life a few times.
By the way, I just want to point out, yes, Argonia really loves blood. She loves tasting blood. She loves to lick my blood. And she's mostly nocturnal. She swears she's not a vampire.
I would know about being a vampire.
Yeah, you just suspiciously consume a lot of vampire Yuri.
Yes. Hot.
Again, the suspicions mount. I cannot not confirm that you might be a vampire. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of damage now, so... Again... So Agonia is very cool because I mean, are you cool?
I don't know. It's not for me to decide. But I have low blood pressure, and thus generally I am cool and stuff.
That is actually kind of true. Okay. All of this just to get the March of the Red Army next week. And I can definitely write a bit of a stern review
About how the game is good until...
Yeah. Well, and here I should at least get the attack power up, I would say.
Yeah. I think you might be able to finish the final boss then.
It should be doable. Again, I have 40% damage reduction, 100% more damage. As long as I'm... And also I have 2 freezes that are stronger now. So if I'm not totally shit, it should be actually doable. Yes, become less stinky. Oh, come on! You know what? I'm just... This was annoying. Well, I should be slowly through this one. And it was the dead end route, obviously. All that to get the shotgun up. I lost track of where I am.
Oh? Maybe you should have drawn a map?
Now this is one of those... I know I could, but also... The game should have had a little, a small map tool, at the very least.
I wouldn't necessarily agree it should, but I agree with you that this type of game usually doesn't expect you to do that. So yeah, it's just not that Again.
It's kinda shit that I have to say that, you know? Yep, and there's the bird again. It spawned above the door behind me. I couldn't see it, it just flew into me.
It's basically like old NES bird enemies. Always terrible.
Yeah. Go. Well, that should be enough.
Registered.
Shutting down.
Well, let's see how the boss does now.
Hey, let's finish this story. Time to kick ass!
I'm famous, intergalactic, naked.
Okay.
Long.
Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. Wrong,
Let's
wrong,
finish the
wrong,
story.
wrong.
Dun, 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 dun.
Time to kick ass!
I'm famous intergalactic naked.
I should kill more dragons.
What?
I just thought about it and I still have Fukuyura to kill. If they all explode you, you're dead.
I thought I would hit them, so I wanted to try.
Didn't work.
Yep. Didn't work. Yeah, you can kill dragons. It's still a very random thing to say. I can point that out.
I just thought about it.
Hey, let's finish this story. Time to kick ass!
I'm famous intergalactic naked.
And there I did it first try. Legitimately! I just had something equipped that just gave me the fucking power. And there it goes, first try.
Kill the past!
That is a bit imbalanced.
It's called swing.
That is a nice word for it.
We are connected. Now, we are on the same channel at last.
I fought you thinking you were some strange life form.
While I cannot explain it properly, the correct term would be interstellar life form.
I've met you before. A long time ago.
I am impressed that you remember.
When I was a kid, there was a dream I had whenever I got a fever. I could go into a spaceship sunk in the lake. You would be on board.
I was transmitting data inside your dreams. Under specific conditions, the data will deploy inside your brain.
It sounds interesting. What did you do to my brain?
You have been programmed to come here, to the appointed place.
This is sleeper agent.
This place?
Basically.
This is the holy ground upon which you will eradicate me and become the next ruler.
That's a load of horseshit.
Horseshit. What an interesting word. I am about to disappear.
I don't really get what's going on. I guess I'm being entrusted with something, huh?
That is generally correct.
Do you have a name?
Please remember me as Yakumo.
Yakumo. One of the mysteries of my memory has finally been solved.
It's Yakumo, by the way.
In the end, space-time will be restored with the disappearance of my existence.
Oh, he didn't spill. Finally. Was Romeo's a dead man? I mean, if there is like a post game, I will probably do it on my own. Like, I will look up if there is anything that could maybe. Yeah, I bet it felt like a really long trip. Yeah. It's like one of those. I do not know how to describe this game.
It's a problem. Like if you play it on hard, you can either get good and beat it, or find this combo and beat it easily.
Yeah, like with this combo, it actually becomes more again a test of skill instead of like a test of patience.
Oh, that's also a skill.
I guess, but like I don't
Sorry.
think patience is like.
Technically, it's more skillful. Because you have less room for error. There's more skill.
I guess it's just also boring and frustrating.
That can very easily be the case. The harder something is, the more easily it becomes boring. Especially if it's like a lot harder than you expect.
I mean, also, like, I know they probably had they had a few things teased, but like, I'd say the setup and payoffs they also had in terms of story were a bit over the place. It's not that I dislike the game, it's just... Let me put it like this. This is definitely one of those games where I feel it needs a director's cut. As in, like, something else should be added. Maybe some, like an extra pair of weapons. Maybe rebalance the game just a bit more. Make shit more accessible, and then it probably would go down better. I feel that is genuinely the probably the best description I can give of it. Oh, by the way, I did not remove... If there's supposed to be music, it's not playing right now. If that is intended, who knows? Time of Promise. We just had the... Why do you have second? Why do they have second?
Maybe credits for the credits.
I guess. What the fuck is that for a storyline for her? Kill the boyfriend, get a girlfriend. Genuinely, girl, you deserve better.
So he lives.
I mean, it would be weird if he could not have been restored by other Benjamins. That's a good question, I guess. But again, why are we doing the credits twice? Anyway, I guess time travel in 4 years. There's still no music. What? Can I just point out that last week I finished a game 3 times and cried during the ending, and the credit music really hit hard. And now I'm finishing a game, I'm just like, huh. They chose to end it like that. Like, genuinely, it's kind of interesting. I'm sure Jimmy can learn and had handled that responsibility in 4 years. Absolutely.
Really depends on how we use it and who uses it.
True. True.
Give it to me. I think I'm better than most people with it.
Wouldn't you do Schabernack with that?
What kind of Schabernack are we talking about?
That would be random. Just how you felt that time day. Genuinely, it's kind of insane.
We could try to figure out the difference between the timelines where Hitler was killed versus where Hitler became a painter. Which one is better?
What if they both are just like the same timeline and you're like, oh wow, so that was that made no difference?
Then I'm kind of disappointed with the determinism of the universe. But at least I know where I'm at, and that we don't necessarily need to kill people, we just need to bring them on a different path where they don't do shit.
Yeah, and I just point out, like, there should be music playing because they actually have, like, a pretty great, they have music, they have a lot of songs that are good, but they're not playing. Like, what are we doing here? Memphis police baffled by finding corpse of a silly mustache man completely drained of blood. Genuinely, I'm like, I will repeat, Pragmata was the debut of someone, and this is like, it's unfinished. Let's be real. Romeo's a Dead Man is unfinished, which is interesting considering that apparently NetEase was fully behind them, and NetEase has money, and this got like Crime Spot in a state of play multiple times. It's kind of just weird to just sit here and being like, okay, that is it? It definitely feels sloppy. I don't know if this is like because I've turned something. I don't know if there is a. Did I turn on the streamer mode? There was no streamer mode, right? I will look. Because if this is their decision, if this is what they do with streamer mode, they should have just put something over there. Again, they have original music. Really, I have never come away from a game this much as it fucking needs a director's cut. Thank you for playing.
You should be thanked for playing it.
Yeah. Yeah, the music is now back. Yeah.
So, Is there post-game content?
Let
Probably
us
not.
see. 2019. Oh, we're going back. Now they have the music again.
Hatchblood camouflage off. Preparing to attack. Emergency power unit. Cut.
What? When did he?
Power unit has
She
been
didn't.
released. Transferring main power to EF.
I'm sorry, but that's cool.
Activated. Opening EF conduit.
Why did they have suddenly a fully animated scene?
Commencing EF injection. 10%. 20%.
Transferring to operation checklist. Movable cockpit module is clear. EF injection limit reached.
Take it up to 120.
Roger. Taking it to 120. Variable section actuator output is normal. Couplings are fixed in flight position. Tank pressure is about to hit its limit.
That's fine.
Is there suddenly a whole mecha launch sequence?
Ascending from bottom level to level UG.
Is this a teaser for the next game? And it's the Gundam colors.
Blast deflector position is normal.
People are too obsessed with the Gundam colors.
Catapult is ready to go.
Checking output. Main vernier values are normal. Thrusters are clear.
Releasing final safety devices. Transferring launch timing authorization.
Roger. Luna Stargazer, launching.
Horizon, take off.
The original RX-78 colors are good.
Yes, they're a bit overused.
But like, what? Why is his sister now a mech pilot?
Hey. It's my rotten brother. Dark-sided bastard!
Luna, I will terminate you.
Even when she has the Gundam colors.
And die! Huh? Goddamn idiot!
This is brutal.
Rest in peace!
Listen, we all need more hot mech pilot girls. But what is happening right now?
That's a question.
You know what? I am just refraining from any commentary now because when is this? Now it's over! Or what? The thank you for playing was already not over. What? I don't know. It was certainly more. Yes, but also, why was it like they planned to have a whole mech section in the mech, time period in there? Because I know it ends in the 2000s. So did they want to make a whole? This is Deadford in the 2010s, and it's a mecha timeline, which would have been cool. But also, is this one of those they just had it done, but then they ran out of money and time to make the section, so they just threw it in? Why? Like, yes, I mean, Sophie, you get me right. It's kind of random to have two. Let me just game settings. Subtitle settings. Yes. No, there is no streamer mode. They just had two credit scenes without music, one intermission cutscene, and then like a really well animated mech scene. I do not know what to write about this game. Yeah. Like, and you know what? I'm not even taking, it's Suda 51 as a... Suda has way better structured games. Like, I just streamed through Shadows of the Damned recently. It is a well-designed game from start to finish. It has some jank. It's a bit clunky. Yes, it has some age. But it is a well-designed game from start to finish. No More Heroes is clear from start to finish. You know, there's this thing. When Hideo Kojima left Konami, okay? And Sony basically told him, just, you have a good name, make whatever you want, we fund it. And he was like, I want to make a game about transporting goods from point A to point B. JJ Macfield is just a wonderful tearjerker. And like... And then, you know, everyone was rightfully pointing out everything post-Konami will be Kojima Unleashed because he just has freedom to do what he wants. And truth be told, I think Death Stranding 1 and 2 shows that the guy knows how to actually... By the way, he actually also knows how to budget and plan games because he actually is very... You know, he doesn't need to brainstorm for 5 years to actually find an idea on that tagline. You know, he just has an idea, he does it, and it's unique, and it works, and yeah. Now Grasshopper self-publishes, like, their first big IP in a long time, and it's confident, but it's a confident mess at the end. I'm just like... Yeah, you did that. It's cool.
That man.
What?
I'm not that man.
Like, let me just check. Do they want me to do some more achievements that I don't have yet? Defeat an enemy with death conversion. I have no idea what the fuck death conversion is. Apparently a mechanic I have not. Defeat the boss without taking any damage. Should not be a problem. Took on the Room of the Trials 10 times. Easy. Summon 770 bastards. That is just time wasting. Defeated all bosses twice each in any mode. Why? Did boss rush in the Room of Trials. Doable. Acquired all field notes. I need field notes, badges. That's just grinding. Yeah, that would be fine if the grinding was fun. Maybe I will do it one day on my own. But yeah, this was Romeo the Dead Man. I don't know. That one just need to be at least competent or know how to put who to put where about most of the production. Yeah, And like, I really wish Grasshopper, I really wish Grasshopper the best in self-publishing, but like, I don't know how to rate. I didn't hate Romeo the Dead Man until, you know, last stream. Now I start and I grind, and the grinding was not that bad. Getting the boss killed then was also not that bad, but then the whole ending was just... It was happening. Let's put it like that. It just happened. Odd, but not in a complimentary way. That is true. Which is, you know, probably not helped by the fact that, again, I just played through Pragmata, and Pragmata is like a 10 out of 10 course meal. Just all killer, no filler. Suda is the veteran. Shenyu, I don't know his name, but Pragmata director, first timer. What? Well, I guess that was it. And like this game's presentation started so strong. Yes. Again, even after the that is probably what confuses me the most, because when the cult ended, it was really good. Like, a lot of weird shit started happening, but I was on board. The game worked. It had it had a, you know, it did the whole, hey, you didn't know who the Black was. He looked odd. You learned a little bit about the Black. You then learned he had a connection to the guy, and then you learned later that he was, in fact, he died during the Vesuve eruption, and was basically just a living, like, also dead all the time, basically for the whole time. He just wanted to, like, finish, he just wanted to stop his son and die. And that was like, damn, yeah, that was a good storyline, that hit it hard, it was good. And then the game just fell apart. Gesundheit. And this was on top of, you know, the cult section, visually strong. Just in terms of performance, it already took a nosedive. It was good. Again, up until like chapter 7, it was good. And then it just falls apart. So like, I don't know. Yeah, I know you said that too, Sophie. I will say though, thank you, Agonia, for staying with me while I grinded.
Did I?
Yeah, you talked to me at least. And also thank you, Sophie, for being here, everyone for watching. I definitely need to find some words for this game.
Well, you're kind of good at writing at a steady pace now. You should have some words.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I will also before that write over. I think I actually need to write about. I need to put in my media thread about Release That Witch, because that was stopped now.
Yeah.
Daredevil, which was good. By the way, watch Daredevil Born Again. It's generally kind of a really good series. Shockingly good compared to what the first 3 seasons were, and what Marvel put out like for the last years. But yeah, I probably need some time before I find the right words for Romeo. Maybe we'll do it today, maybe tomorrow. We will see. But yeah, have a good day. Tomorrow We'll see. Maybe I will actually take a day off again. Just to make sure. I don't know. You will see tomorrow. Otherwise, next week, Pikmin 2. We're finally in the Pikmin 2 arc. So have a good night. Have a good time. And see you all around. Bye.